Hi, this is Rachel Northrup coming at Flying High with Rachel Northrup. This is episode 6. The title is You Gotta Wanna. I live in Western New York and there's a place called Lackawanna. If you don't want it, it's hard to get it. And so this whole episode is really about asking yourself, what do I really want? Do I want to be healed? Do I want to have health? Do I want to be whole? Because wherever you are right now, if it's not whole and healthy and healed, it's serving you in some way. You are getting a payoff. And so it's a responsibility to be healthy. It's a responsibility to be whole and to be healed. And it's interesting that I have a couple stories for you about this topic. And the first one is I watched a movie called Grounded, which I highly recommend. And in it, they're using the electrical energy of the earth to heal. And this man gives this woman some material to help ground her at night. And she's on disability and she starts to get healed. And the next several weeks later, she returns the grounding pad. And the gentleman says, "Why are you returning this to me?" And she said, "I can't get too healthy because then I'll lose my disability." So in other words, sometimes it's easier to be a victim. Sometimes it's easier to struggle and to stay in limiting behaviors and patterns in our life. They're stories that we've created and they're serving us in some way. So you have to really get honest with yourself and see, like, how is this serving me? How's this injury? How's, having a sore back or having some sort of situation in your life serve you? I recently have been on a 3-month fitness routine and I'm probably the lowest body fat I've ever been, and have a pretty nice stomach, and I'm happy about that. I really wanted that, and it comes at a cost. There's other things that you deprioritize in order to get what you really want, and there's nothing wrong with wanting a six-pack. There's nothing wrong with wanting certain health, but you have to know that you give something up. And the other story that I have is about a friend of mine who recently underwent a pretty heavy healing, and we were talking about what it is to be the victim and struggle, and she said, "I'm really over that." And I said, "Yeah, I bet that the next version of this person just has a way better outfit." And for me, style and wardrobe have always been an expression of where people are. So, if I'm feeling pretty good, I'm going to be looking crisp. And if I'm feeling not so good in my life, a ripped t-shirt or whatever is going to work. So it was just funny. We giggled about how the healed person has a much better outfit, and and that comes from a variety of places that we are more proud of ourselves, and we stand up a little straighter, we hold ourselves a little differently, and we really value ourselves. I mean, that's really what it comes down to. There's a triangle. A friend of mine who's a teacher said that in schools there's the bully, there's the victim, and there's the witness. And I've heard it before as the victim, the perpetrator, and the bystander. And so anyway, whatever language you want to put to it, if you're choosing to not be whole and healed in your life, then you're choosing to be in that victim role, and it's serving you in some way. So I'm just, if you're watching this, I'm encouraging you to be honest with yourself and say, okay, well, not being healthy, what's that? How am I benefiting from that? And maybe I'm ready to step out of that and stop struggling and be whole and be healthy and take that responsibility, because that's what it is, folks. I mean, if you need to drink more water, nobody's going to put it in there for you but you. I mean, it's a pretty simple deal. We're primarily made up of water, and yeah, we need we need to change the water in the fish tank, as I like to say. So again, it's I'm not gonna say it's easy, but it is simple once you make the choice. But you gotta want it. So if you got a case of the Lackawannas, you know, it's a choice, like I said. But if you really want health, if you really want to be whole, if you really want to be radiant, um, you can be. And here at Flying High with Rachel Northrup, we encourage you to do so, because once you do, you really allow others to do the same and free themselves from the shackles of whatever triangle that they're in, whatever victimhood or struggle that whatever story they've created. And yeah, the cool thing is we've all got choices in this life, and the freedom to make those. And again, even if you don't know me, I'm on your side. You can step out of the story, you can step out of the pattern, step out of the behavior, and come back here every week for a little shot in the arm, if you will, of positivity, and know that there's strength in numbers. And the more of us that wake up and decide to be healthy, decide to be whole, the easier it is for more people. And then everyone will reap the benefit of that rising tide. Healthcare costs will go down. We may not see it in our lifetime, but it's a worthwhile effort to start now and take that responsibility for ourselves. And that's what Flying High really is. So thanks for joining us, and hope that you got something good from this episode. Mwah.